Shalom, all praise to Yahweh Bashim Shah. My name is Amna Wa'ala, coming at you with another lesson. This is a lesson dealing with Acts chapter 1 and 1 Thessalonians chapter 4. So I'm going to begin. This is the disciples when they were with Yahweh Shah, before Yahweh Shah was being taken back up to the Father. This is Acts chapter 1 verse 6. When they therefore were come together, they asked of him, saying, Lord, wilt thou at this time restore again the kingdom to Israel? So this is the disciples asking, is Yahweh Shah going to restore again the kingdom to Israel? Because they understood that when the Lord came back, he was going to set up the kingdom. But they thought that was the return. No, it was talking about when he comes back in his glory in this time. And he said unto them, it is not for you to know the times or the seasons which the Father hath put in his own power. Right, because nobody knows exactly when the Lord going to come. Only the Father knows. That's something that's something that the Most High Yahweh had hid from his son Yahweh Shah. Verse 8. But ye shall receive power after that the Holy Spirit is come upon you. And ye shall be witnesses unto me both in Jerusalem and in all Judea and in Samaria and unto all the uttermost part of the earth. And unto the uttermost part of the earth. That is the verse I want to focus on. And when he had spoken these things, while they saw him as he spake, he was taken up, and the cloud received him out of their sight. Let's look at that word, taken up.
Strong's G, 1869, Epairo.
Epairo. And it says to lift up, raise on high, metaphor to be lifted up with pride, to exalt oneself. But this was literal, because after the Lord was taken up, the Lord wasn't physically on the earth anymore. He hadn't set foot on the earth physically since then. So it says Epairo, which means to lift up. So when it says he was taken up, he was lifted up. He was raised up, he was raised on high, literally. Okay? Doesn't give you anything down here. And it, see, it says hoisted up, taken up. And that's basically the point I wanted to get to in that verse in the Greek. It had other words there in the Greek, but not many of them hit home too tough. You know, this is the verse I want to really get to. 1 Thessalonians chapter 4 verse 17. When we which are alive and remain shall be caught up, then we which are alive and remain shall be caught up together with him in the clouds to meet the Lord in the air, and so shall we ever be with the Lord. Right? It says, then we which are alive and remain shall be caught up. Meaning those that are alive and remain after the martial law, and all hell is broken loose on this planet, the midst of World War III, those that remain, those that are alive, those that survive, they're going to be caught up together with them in the clouds. Meaning what? With the dead that rose first in Yahweh Shah, as mentioned in the previous verse. Right? The ones that died in the knowledge, that died in the truth, they're already going to be on them chariots, on the so-called UFOs, as the world calls them. But the Bible calls them chariots of God, or clouds. So they're already going to be in the chariots, the ones that died in the truth. And then we which are alive and remain, meaning those that are alive and remain, those that maintain the faith until the very end, shall be caught up together with them. The ones that died in Yahweh Shai, that's going to rise first and be in the chariots, with them in the clouds to meet the Lord in the air, and so shall we ever be with the Lord. Let's look at that word, caught up.
Strong's G, 726, Harpazo.
Harpazo. And what does it say? To seize, carry off by force, to seize on, claim for oneself eagerly, to snatch out or away. So when it says caught up in the clouds, it's saying seize into the clouds. When you see something, you're grabbing it, it's taking you. Just as the Lord was grabbed and taken. He wasn't grabbed and taken literally in regards to somebody's hand, but the chariot that was engulfed in that cloud, basically what it did was it beamed the Lord up. It seized the Lord. It carried the Lord off by force. It carried the Most High had sit in that chariot and it carried him off. It seized him. It snatched him out. It snatched him out or away. It took him away from the disciples, took him away from the earth, and he went to the heavens. Okay? And it says, catch, away, up, pluck, pull, take by force. So the Lord was pulled. And if you watch the video, of somebody being beamed up in a UFO like a Star Trek or something, like Beam Me Up Scotty, they were pulled up. That ray of light shined above them, shined upon them, and they were pulled up. So Yahushua was harpazo, meaning he was seized. When you seize something, you lay hold of it and you grabbing it. So that chariot came over the Lord as he spake with the disciples, and then it took him up, it carried him off, it seized him, it snatched him out. You know? And that harpazo is where these people get this rapture thing from. When you look it up and you go into it, but Lord willing, I'm going to come back into the verse again and go deeper into it. So with that, I'm going to say, oh, praise to Yahweh Bashem Yahshua, double honor to the apostles, GMS, hope you brothers learn something, Shalom.